Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe, he's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
The Encyclopedia of Baseball. Huh? I've never seen you that interested in a book before, so it's got to be the Encyclopedia of Baseball.
Oh, this is the textbook for my new class in adolescent psychology. Mother, I think you've been entirely too permissive with me.
Oh, says who?
Says Dr. Herbert Slocum. The ideal mother should be firm, restrictive. Let her teenager know who's boss.
In that case, you can't play ball with the Hooterville Hawks Friday.
Mom, that's parental tyranny. Why, it says right here. The teenager typically resents the authority figure and tends to do exactly the opposite of what he is told.
In that case, you can play ball.
Oh, gee, Mom, you're an ideal parent.
Hey, Kate, where do you want your mail?
Hi, boys. Just put it on the coffee table.
It's for the Shady Rest Hotel.
Well, I do. I owe bills, but I certainly... Shady Rest Hotel free honeymoon contest.
Oh, that's my mail, Kate. Boy, them radio and newspaper ads sure got results.
Uncle Joe, surely you wouldn't. You couldn't. You did.
Hey, this is going to make more money than any idea I've ever had.
You wouldn't have to go much to do that.
That's the truth. Ain't you two got a train to run?
Free wedding. Free champagne supper. Free honeymoon.
Now relax, Kate. All that stuff ain't going to cost me a penny. I'm promoting it.
From food.
Well, you mainly. Hey, think of the publicity. That nice young couple getting married here at the Shady Rest. The press snapping pictures of them carrying her across the threshold, like Doris Day and Rock Hudson.
Hudson? Where?
In his imagination.
Ain't you'll see. This contest will turn the Shady Rest into another Niagara Falls.
What contest?
My free honeymoon contest. Come on, girls, and help me pick a winner. Grab a handful. All right, you two, don't just stand there. You can help, too. Ain't you're missing a real treat. Some of these letters would just break your heart.
That's all my heart needs.
Here's one that'll really break your heart. It's the bill for the radio announcements Joe bought.
Ain't you two got a train to run?
Will you ask us to help you?
Then help.
Here's a good one. This couple even attached a box top. We would make the ideal couple because we crunchy pop fruit flakes.
What about you, girls? Haven't you found a winner?
I found a couple that are fair. I've got one that's pretty good. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever read in my life. What did it say? Well, these two kids, they're so in love and their families won't let them get married. Like Romeo and Juliet. Young lovers, torn from each other's arms by parental tyranny. They have to elope, and this contest is their one chance to have a nice wedding and a real honeymoon. Imagine them staying at the Shady Rest. They've just got to win, and they'll just love it here.
Really, Joe, let me see that letter.
I don't know if them kids is going to elope. Maybe we hadn't ought to get mixed up in it. Thing like that can get the sheriff down on you.
This is the most beautiful thing I ever read in my whole life.
Mom, it's so romantic. Oh, Mom, those two kids have just got to win.
Read this part here again.
That's what I get for letting women judge a contest. They always let their emotions run away with them. Right, Floyd? Okay, they're the winners.
honeymoon's name on it, though.
Oh, they're such pretty names we couldn't resist. Laura Bentley and Tony Allison.
Hey, how's this for class?
Where'd you get it, Uncle
I
Joe?
borrowed it from a magician who's appearing at the Pixley Bijou. I gotta get it back before tonight's show.
What's the matter? Have you got a headache?
No, the hat's too big. Generally, I keep it full of rabbits and stuff. Anyway, I won't be wearing it at the wedding. You ain't said nothing, Kate.
And it ain't been easy. Uncle Joe, this isn't going to be a formal wedding. These two kids are eloping.
Well, I'll be giving the bride away, and the place will be crawling with photographers. I've already alerted the press.
Hey, everybody. Want to get a load of the flower girl?
Betty Joe, you're a little too old for Flower Girl.
Oh, it's not me. Come on, flower girl.
I think we'll do without a Flower Girl.
If I take off the skirt, can he be a ring bearer?
Nope.
The train's coming.
The honeymoon special.
Laura and Tony are on it.
Quick, everybody, down to the tracks. The press. Where's the press?
Right here, Mr. Carson.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
You ain't no newspaper reporter.
Yes, I am. Mr. Drucker couldn't make it, so he deputized me.
Come on, the train's putting their heads. Honeymoon couple here?
Why, yes, but
Well, I'll handle this, boys. Gentlemen of the press, the Shady Rest Hotel, long a secluded hideaway for young lovers, is proud to present to you our ideal honeymoon couple.
Laura and I sure want to thank you folks. This is the happiest day of our lives. Right, honey bunch?
Right, Tony.
But your letter said your parents objected to the marriage.
Oh, not our parents, our families.
You see, Tony and I each have grown children of our own.
My son says that I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
My daughter tells me exactly the same thing.
Soon, we had to elope.
But you see, you ain't exactly... what I mean is, preparations are all made and what...
The preparations are all made for the most wonderful wedding the hotel will ever have. Welcome to the Shady Rest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go on, girls. Start up. We go this way. Hello.
Joe, ain't they a little old to be the ideal honeymooners?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, they ain't Doris Day and Rock Hudson.
Hold it. How about a big smile, Miss Bradley?
Yeah, that's enough for me. Wait for the others.
Oh, that's all right, Miss Bradley. I need to practice.
I don't understand what's keeping Floyd and Charlie. They should be back with Judge Clark by now.
Well, I asked them to stop to give me some film for my camera.
You know, you'd have enough if you'd stop wasting it on me.
I'm not wasting it. I forgot to bring any with me. How about a big smile?
Oh, you're right, that one's ready. Billy Joe's putting the final touches on her cheese. On her what? On her hair.
Dad, will you stop that?
He doesn't have any film in that camera.
It's good practice, though.
Billy Joe tells me that you two are going to sing Oh Promise Me, so let's run over it, huh?
Mom, maybe we better not do it. Yeah, you see, we thought Tony and Laura were a couple of teenagers, like Romeo and Juliet.
So?
So we had a kind of special arrangement.
Well, Oh Promise Me. Let's do it.
Oh, promise me that someday you and I, yeah, we'll take our love together to some sky. Yeah.
You were right. Forget it.
Gee, I like it, Miss Bradley.
Would you mind terribly if...
Hey, we're pretty ready. The judge is here. We better get this show on the...
Hey, Mr. Carson, where's your fancy suit?
Why'd you change, Uncle Joe?
Well, I ain't going to give the bride away.
Why not?
I just look silly. She's old enough to be my mother.
Well, who's going to do it?
It's all right. I've arranged it.
With who?
Kate, will you relax? Well, we're back.
Lloyd?
He's the only one that suited fit.
Did you get my film?
Oh, sorry, we didn't have time.
Well, what took you so long?
That nut wouldn't fire the boiler in that dress suit.
Well, I didn't want to get soot and ashes on it.
And where is Judge Clark?
Oh, he stopped to brush the satin ices off his suit.
Now listen, everybody, I will not have this wedding turned into a shambles. That nice old couple is going to have a proper, dignified ceremony. With best man, bridesmaids, music.
Medicare.
Mom, you come silly with the bride.
Oh, well, quick, start the Medicare march. I mean, the wedding march.
Wait till I get my suit on, Kate.
Laura, you look just lovely. Thank you, Kate.
Excuse me, Mom. There's Judge Clark is here.
Oh,
Sorry I was delayed, Kate.
no harm done. Judge Clark, may I present the bride?
Well, congratulations, Billy Joe. I was wondering when some bright young man would ask for your hand. Congratulations, young fella. You've got yourself a mighty beautiful girl.
I have? Judge Clark, you've made a mistake.
Oh? Aren't you the groom?
Oh, no, that's the groom coming down the stairs.
Kate? You a little old for Billy Joe?
Judge Clark, let's start over from the top.
If there be anyone present who can show just cause why Anthony Allison and Laura Bentley should not be joined in wedlock, let him speak now, or forever after hold his peace. Now, by the power vested...
Stop this wedding! Oh, really, Mother, you should be ashamed. Running off like this to get married behind my back.
How did you find us? How did you get here?
Your son drove me.
Herbert is here?
Yes, Father, I found that ridiculous telegram about the free honeymoon.
Herbert called me immediately.
It took us 2 hours in a rented Jeep to get to this place.
Excuse me. Are you two showing just cause why these two should not be joined in wedlock?
Indeed we are. They haven't the slightest notion of what they're getting into.
Now, wait a minute.
It's true, Father. You're letting your emotions run away with you.
But we want to get married. Mother, you just think you do. But do you really know this man? Are you ready to spend the rest of your life with him?
And are you ready to take on the responsibilities of a wife and family? Family? Well, she has a grown daughter.
Sorry, kids.
Mom, since there's not going to be a wedding, can I go to baseball practice?
Sure.
There you go, being too permissive again.
Mrs. Bradley, I'm afraid we need your help.
Yes, my mother and Herbert's father are sitting on your front porch, and they refuse to budge.
You can solve our problem simply by telling them they can't stay here tonight. As a hotel keeper, you have that right.
I'm so humiliated. Mother's acting like a spoiled child.
Oh, they're both behaving like adolescents.
Then why don't you handle them like adolescents?
I beg your pardon?
Just tell them they can do whatever they please and leave without them.
What?
Listen, the adolescent typically resents the authority figure and tends to do exactly the opposite of what he's told. Principles of Adolescent Psychology by Herbert Slocum.
Oh, that's Dr. Slocum's new textbook. May I?
Of course.
They've just introduced this at the school where I teach.
You mean you believe in this gobbledygook?
Dr. Slocum is a world authority on psychology. Well, goodbye, you two. Have fun.
Be sure and call when you get back to town.
You're leaving?
Without us? Of course. We know you won't do anything foolish.
We trust you implicitly.
Goodbye, Mother.
So long, Dad. Bye-bye.
What's going on, Mom?
A wedding. How soon do you think we can get Judge Clark back here?
He's still here. The train hasn't left yet. What? By the time Charlie got Floyd to take off that fancy suit, the fire in the boiler went out. So then we had to take on water, get wood, build a fire. Mom!
Oh, now. You're crying because we're alone at last.
No, because my Violet was so nice about all this, even when your son acted so hard-headed.
Darling, your daughter was a bit of a troublemaker herself.
Dearest, surely you could hear that your son was being outrageous.
All I could hear was your daughter.
Sweetheart, are you calling my daughter a loudmouth?
Lovely. I only meant that she does speak very loud.
What made them change their mind?
Don't ask me to explain. All I can tell you is that adolescent psychology is a wonderful subject. How dare you call my daughter a blabbermouth?
Maybe I should have taken a better look at your daughter. You might turn out to be just like like daughter, like mother.
Come on, you two. Just Clark to marry you now. I wouldn't marry him if he was the last man on earth. And at the rate he's going, he may make it.
You can leave these decorations up, Kate. I think maybe I can pull this honeymoon contest out of the fire for you.
Uncle Joe, you're all hard.
You got a date, Uncle Joe?
Oh, well, in a way. I asked Laura to go out for a canoe ride with me on Zippel's Hog Pond.
You're going to afford it?
Oh, of course not. I'm just pretending to make Tony jealous. He ain't going to let her go out with no young, handsome lady killer.
Comment.
Is he still sitting out on the front porch pouting?
I think so.
Open the door, Bobby Joe. I'll give him a sample of my technique. Make him nervous.
Hey, Uncle Joe, that was pretty good.
That was the dog.
Well, it was very good.
Maybe you ought to take him with you.
Like I told you, we aren't actually going. One look at me with his fiancée and that overaged Romeo.
Oh, Mr. Carson, did I hear you start to serenade me?
Indeed you did, lovely lady. Serenade which I will finish as we watch the moon come up over Zippel's Hog Pond.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me just a minute. Don't wait up for Laura and me, Kate. There's going to be a full moon. There's no telling when we'll get back.
Now, you behave yourself, Uncle Joe.
That's like telling a bird to stay on the ground.
Mr. Carson, I wonder if I'm going to be safe with you.
I ain't making no promises. I got quite a reputation around these parts.
Shall we go?
Well, if nobody objects. Oh, excuse me. Good night, Kate.
Good night.
Don't tell Tony I'm out with this girl.
All right.
He's sitting right there.
Oh, my gosh, oh, God.
What?
I didn't see him sitting there. Well, I guess the jig's up. We'll have to stay home.
We'll do nothing of the sort. Now, you've promised me a canoe ride. Let's go.
Mom, I don't think Mr. Allison's a bit worried about Uncle Joe being out with his fiancée.
You don't?
No, he's just sitting on the porch reading.
He's worried.
But, Mom, he's just sitting there calmly reading his paper.
It's been dark for 2 hours. He's worried.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Mrs. Bradley, could you tell me how to get to that pond where Mr. Carson took Laura canoeing?
Well, it's kind of dark, and I'm
I
sure
should
that...
never have let her go. I was just being stubborn and bullheaded.
Well, I'm sure that...
She's such a sweet, wonderful little woman. Mrs. Bradley, if you could get that judge back here, I want to marry Laura tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Kate!
Oh,
Oh, look at the fire next door.
what happened?
We just got through the first chorus of the Indian love call. The canoe turned over.
Are you all right?
Yeah, she's all right. Let me give you some advice. Don't ever let her paddle a canoe for you.
She was paddling the canoe?
I was playing the ukulele.
Really, dear, you never should have gone.
Well, you never should have let me go.
Well, what could I do? You were behaving like a schoolgirl.
You weren't any better, pretending you didn't see us.
Well, I couldn't stand to look. With you flirting and carrying on.
I was not flirting and carrying on.
Oh, you certainly were. You are a born coquette. Go ahead, have your fling. But what's going to happen to you when you're old and gray?
I am old and gray.
You got an answer for everything, haven't you?
You beast. I'm going home to my daughter.
Okay, I'm going home to my son.
Come on, Kate. We both need some sleep.
Well, I sure could use some.
Don't worry, Kate. I'll come up with another idea in the morning.
There goes my sleep.
Good morning, Mrs. Bradley.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Hi, Kate.
Judge Clark, what are you doing here?
We brought him.
They want me to perform a ceremony they interrupted yesterday.
Yes, Herbert and I did a lot of talking after we left here.
And we came to the conclusion that we were the ones who were acting like adolescents.
We think Herbert's father and my mother are a perfect match.
They should get married. The sooner the better.
Well, you may have a little trouble convincing them.
Oh, Herbert can do it. He's very persuasive.
And do you, Anthony Allison, take Laura Bentley to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Herbert Allison, take Violet Bentley to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Then by the power vested in me, I do now pronounce that Anthony and Laura and Herbert and Violet are man and wife. Men and wives. Well, married.
You first, Mother.
That's a shortstop.
Sorry, Mom, but she popped up.
Billy Joe field the next one.